For decades, Boeing and Airbus have ruled the skies, connecting continents and shaping the very fabric of global air travel. These two aerospace giants have set the standards for safety, efficiency, and innovation, becoming household names and the backbone of international aviation. Every year they carry billions of passengers to destinations around the world, making air travel accessible and routine for people from all walks of life. But now, a new challenger has emerged on the horizon, the COMAC C919. This is China's first serious attempt to break the Western duopoly in commercial aviation, and it's making waves across the industry. Developed by the state-owned Commercial Aircraft Corporation of China, or COMAC, the C919 is more than just a new airplane. It stands as a symbol of national pride, technological ambition, and a key pillar of China's Made in China 2025 strategy, which aims to transform the country into a global leader in high-tech manufacturing. Designed to compete head-to-head with the Boeing 737 and Airbus A320, the C919 targets the lucrative short to medium-haul market, seating up to 192 passengers in a modern, comfortable cabin. Its advanced avionics and fuel-efficient engines are meant to rival the best in the business. The C919's development has taken over a decade, involving massive state investment, thousands of engineers, and countless hours of research and testing. The goal: to serve China's booming domestic market and, crucially, to offer a credible alternative to airlines worldwide that have long relied on Western aircraft. As of October 2025, the C919 is already flying with major Chinese carriers like China Eastern Airlines. But its real test lies ahead, breaking into the fiercely competitive international market, where reputation and reliability are everything. Recent moves in Southeast Asia, including interest from regional airlines and high-profile demonstrations, suggest that the C919's global journey is beginning sooner than many expected. The world is watching closely. This isn't just about a new airplane, it's about a potential shift in the balance of economic and technological power, as China positions itself to become a true contender in the global aviation industry. In early 2025, Vietnam shocked the aviation world by considering Chinese-made aircraft for its skies, a major departure from its reliance on Boeing and Airbus. After high-level talks in Hanoi, Vietnam began reviewing regulations to allow the C919 and ARJ-21 to operate domestically. This move could set a precedent for Southeast Asia, challenging the Western duopoly and signaling a strategic shift toward China. Reports suggest Vietnamese airlines may soon test the C919 on select routes, taking a cautious but significant step. Even opening this door marks the C919's biggest potential breakthrough on the international stage. For decades, Boeing and Airbus have dominated the skies, controlling over 90% of the large passenger jet market. Their rivalry has shaped the global aviation industry, with airlines and passengers alike relying on their aircraft for most international and domestic flights. This duopoly has meant limited choices for airlines, and little incentive for the two giants to innovate rapidly or lower prices. But now, the arrival of China's COMAC C919 threatens to disrupt this comfortable arrangement, introducing a new player with big ambitions and government backing. Airlines suddenly have a potential third option, which could drive down prices, increase competition, and force Boeing and Airbus to rethink their strategies. The C919's entry could spark a new era of innovation and customer focus. With Boeing facing ongoing safety scandals and Airbus struggling with persistent supply chain issues, airlines are desperate for new, fuel-efficient jets that can help them cut costs and meet growing demand. The C919, assembled in China but using many Western components, is positioned as a cost-effective alternative, especially attractive to budget-conscious carriers in emerging markets, where every dollar counts and competition is fierce. However, the C919 remains largely unproven outside China, lacking the decades of operational data, global support networks, and established reputation that Boeing and Airbus offer to airlines worldwide. Securing a foothold in Vietnam could help COMAC build the international track record it needs, opening doors to other markets in Asia and beyond. If successful, the C919 could prove it's not just cheaper, but reliable and efficient too, potentially reshaping the future of commercial aviation for years to come. China knows that building a jet is only half the battle, selling it is the real challenge. Backed by the state, COMAC has launched a strategic campaign across Southeast Asia, its most promising overseas market. In 2024, the C919 and ARJ-21 toured the region, offering demonstration flights to airline executives and officials, turning curiosity into real interest. The C919's first commercial international flight, from Shanghai to Hong Kong, showcased its readiness for regional routes. China has also invested in training programs for Southeast Asian aviation professionals, building trust and lowering barriers to adoption. This patient, multi-pronged approach is laying the groundwork for long-term market penetration. Vietnam's recent openness is a sign that this strategy is starting to pay off. Despite momentum in Asia, the C919 faces major hurdles. COMAC's production rate is just 1 jet per month, far behind Boeing and Airbus, who deliver dozens. International certification is another barrier. Without FAA or EASA approval, the C919 can't access most global markets or attract major leasing companies. The jet relies on Western-made engines and avionics, making it vulnerable to export restrictions amid geopolitical tensions. Building a truly independent supply chain will take years. COMAC also lacks the global support network airlines expect for maintenance and spare parts. Without this, airlines risk costly delays if something goes wrong. Overcoming these challenges is essential for the C919 to become a true global competitor. Vietnam's potential adoption of the C919 could echo across the developing world. Success in Vietnam would give other countries, especially in Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latin America, the confidence to consider the C919. For many, buying Chinese jets is as much about geopolitics as economics, signaling closer ties with Beijing. COMAC is already in talks with airlines beyond Asia, including Brazil's Total Linhas Aéreas. Each new customer adds legitimacy and builds a global user base, making the C919 more attractive to others. Chinese banks and lessors are poised to offer financing, deepening China's influence in global aviation finance. The ripple effect could reshape not just aviation, but international finance and diplomacy. The C919 story is part of a larger transformation in global aviation. This new chapter is not just about a single aircraft but represents a significant shift in the industry dynamics. The Boeing-Airbus duopoly is being tested as never before, and the C919 is the most credible challenge yet. This new entrant is shaking up the status quo, forcing the established giants to rethink their strategies. If COMAC overcomes its production and certification hurdles, a three-way race for market share could emerge, benefiting airlines and passengers with more choice and lower fares. This competition could drive innovation and efficiency across the board, but it could also split the world into competing technological and regulatory blocks. Different regions might adopt different standards, leading to a fragmented global aviation landscape. The C919's real-world performance will determine its fate, with Vietnam as the first major test case. Success in Vietnam could pave the way for broader acceptance and adoption. 2025 may be remembered as the year the aviation map began to change, with China playing the long game. This could mark the beginning of a new era in global aviation. The world is watching, and the giants of the West may soon have real competition in the skies. The future of aviation is unfolding before our eyes, and it promises to be an exciting journey.